Welcome to the roaring world of chainsaws, where steel bites through timber and raw power rules the forest. From precision cuts to massive takedowns, this is the ultimate show of chainsaw domination. Subscribe now and feel the fury. Welcome to Tree Power Channel. Inside the sawmill, the work doesn't end with sharp blades slicing logs into even boards. Once cut, the rough wooden planks continue their journey to the planer, where they are smoothed, flattened, and refined millimeter by millimeter. The planer hums steadily, its cutters gliding over the surface, shaving off the outer roughness. With just a few passes, the boards become silky smooth, with grain lines emerging like natural brush strokes. It's a seamless pairing, the brute force of the saw and the precision of the planer, working together to create finished lumber, ready for use in any craft or construction. It's a crisp, cool morning on the outskirts of town. The open space is surrounded by trees and neatly stacked logs, their bark still damp from the night air. Soft sunlight filters through the sky, casting a golden hue over the ground. The perfect backdrop for an outdoor demonstration of the Meber HDZ 1200 Plus band sawmill. Standing boldly in the center is the machine itself, painted in a striking shade of green that instantly draws the eye. The build is solid, industrial, and purposeful. From the saw head to the precision tracks, every component speaks of robust engineering and clean design. A large log has been carefully positioned on the log bed. The operator, clad in a clean work jacket and safety gear, moves with quiet confidence. He checks the calibration, adjusts the thickness settings on the digital control panel, and runs his eyes one more time along the length of the track. No rush. Every movement is measured, the kind of control that only comes from deep familiarity with the machine. With a hum, the bandsaw springs to life. The cutting head begins its journey along the log, gliding smoothly on its steel rails. The blade meets wood with steady resistance, slicing through the log in a seamless motion. The sound is controlled, not harsh, not shrill, but a steady, purposeful tone as fibers split and fall away. With each pass, a fresh face of clean, smooth-cut timber is revealed. The circular saw spins tirelessly in the heart of the sawmill, working without rest. Its sharp, metallic cry cuts through the air, each rotation a slice, each slice a plank born. It never slows, never stops, never complains. The blade carves through timber as if carving through time, relentless, steady, precise, like a steel timekeeper. Amid the clamor of machines, the saw says these trees seemed marked in advance, destined for removal. The roar of the chainsaw cuts through the air, its blade sinking deep into each trunk like a strike of judgment. Crash! Giant trees fall one by one, uncontrollably, helplessly. In a large garden, a tree was uprooted. The worker picked up a long-bladed chainsaw and started the machine. The sawing sound rang out, The long, sharp blade cut evenly into the thick tree trunk. White sawdust sprayed out, and a few minutes later the tree stump was cut off. In the silent forest, the chainsaw screams, shattering the stillness with raw power. A vibrant green tree stands tall in the clearing, but in a flash, the sharp chainsaw roars to life. The blade bites deep into the base, cold, precise, unstoppable. With just a few powerful cuts, the tree trembles, then crashes down. Clean. Final. It all happens in the blink of an eye.
Kecil ini hantam aja.
The blade bites into the wood, carving clean, deliberate lines that divide the log into perfectly uniform planks. The high-pitched scream of wood being torn apart echoes through the site as the saw follows the inked guidelines without hesitation. Each cut feels like the stroke of an artist's knife, decisive and unwavering. Sawdust explodes into the air like a golden mist, painting a vivid portrait of mechanical labor. As the final cut is completed, the once solid log now rests as a stack of straight, ready planks. The steel beast falls silent, for now, but its growl still echoes faintly in the stillness that follows. In the middle of a snowy forest, a worker wearing thick protective gear used a chainsaw to cut deep into a large tree covered in ice. Each cut echoed in the cold air, sending sawdust and snow flying everywhere. A massive tree lay right beside the house, a risky challenge. One small misstep, and the falling trunk could have caused devastating damage. But thanks to the workers' steady hands and seasoned experience, the situation was handled flawlessly. The tree was cut and safely pulled away, leaving the home untouched, as if danger had never been near. The chainsaw is in full command, roaring with power, its spinning blades slicing deep into the trunk with ruthless precision. Wood chips explode outward in all directions, captured by the camera like tiny snowflakes, light in appearance, but hurled by immense force. With each final scream of the saw, tension builds, and then crash! The giant tree crashes down, sending clouds of sawdust billowing across the area. Through the swirling haze, the tree's true scale becomes clear, massive, heavy, and imposing. This isn't just a cut, it's a triumph, a moment of human dominance carved into the forest floor.